Okay, so great news. We just won a Porsche 2000 911 Carrera. This is what it looks like on pictures. I haven't seen it in person yet. And let's go through some pictures and try to analyze them, show you what I was looking at when I ordered it. Looks like it has a, aftermarket bumper. And what I like is that it has a clean title. It's not a salvage title or a rebuilt title. The car looks relatively clean. It looks like all the panels are pretty straight. Even the back. It has a funky little... Alright, so it has, in the back it has a GT3 emblem on it. Somebody put that on. It has a exhaust, aftermarket looking exhaust on it. Looks pretty clean otherwise. When there's a GT3 sticker on it and an exhaust, you tend to believe it was probably abused. Inside looks like there's no real tears or anything. Looks a little dirty. Again, just looks dirty. All the parts are there. The engine's in there. And has 118,000 miles, which is not bad for the year. And the transmission is in the front trunk, is what I liked about this car. I'm pretty sure people got discouraged about buying this car because of that reason. Not too many people know how to fix these or want to fix them. And it looks like for the most part, all the parts are there. The clutch is there, the transmission is there. So maybe it was the IMS bearing failure. Those bars those are part of the subframe braces. Those are still there. And the VIN number. So I'm excited to pick this car up. So here we're removing the motor, lifting the car up, and the motor staying on the floor. We had to remove the motor because the crank was broken. When I would hold the crank from the rear where the rear main seal would be, it would move up and down and shake. A lot of that footage was deleted by mistake, and so this is me catching you guys up. The car is in pretty good condition. I had a really funky bumper. We're gonna try to send it out to the body shop to get it fixed and aligned. I had power washed the whole engine bay outside and the whole bumper, the rear bumper, and underneath. We power washed the engine and disassembled the whole engine, and that whole part was missing footage. So sorry, and hopefully you enjoy the rest. I'm gonna try to do better at that. All right, Porsche updates, Porsche 911 updates. So we removed the motor. Just so you know, I made this video like 5 times already. I'm having SD card issues and camera. I just got a new camera yesterday just to see if it's gonna make it different. I don't know. I'm still new to this, so give me some time. It's like my 3rd or 7th time making the same video, and a lot of content got lost, but I'm gonna catch you guys up. So this is the Porsche 911. We removed the motor. It is filthy and we need to clean it. This part I'm gonna try to fix. I have this certain glue that I'll be able to, if I can get to it, I might be able to salvage it and push it up, get it safely away. The guy who had this, or whoever worked on this car before, had these lug nuts makeshift. I don't know what it is. You got JB Weld over here holding the lug nuts in, the studs in, and Porsches are not supposed to have studs. They are supposed to have these guys. So he probably stripped all of them, which is extremely bad, and that's something we're gonna have to take care of. But for now, we're just gonna put wheels in it, roll it out. I'm gonna clean it soon, power wash it, degrease it, and I took a lot of all the parts out of the trunk, and then I cleaned a lot of parts and repacked a bunch of parts in the order that I'm going to be installing them, so to make space. This is the block. We cleaned them. That whole process of cleaning them was erased and lost. And this is the case that holds the the crankshaft, the heads. So the heads, I went on and started to rebuild it, but I'm waiting for new valve seals. I took out the springs off on the intake side, and I'm gonna use some of the grinding compound, and we're gonna reseat them so the car is going to come back to its prime and have fresh compression. These are the pistons, all cleaned, ready to go. We could clean them slightly more before install. These are the piston rings, and we're ordering new piston rings. We're gonna hone out the cylinders a little bit, make it nice and fresh. So the first issue that we have, main issue, apart from the broken crank, which I'm going to show you guys in a minute. I know you guys are waiting to see that, but I just want to show you here that we need to buy a new case of this, new cage, I think they call it, the way they call it is. So this side over here is how it should look like, and this is what the crank did when it broke. It was out of line and started grinding into this material, making this part basically useless. Normally on some blocks, like let's just say a Subaru block like this, you can machine both ends flat at the machine shop, bring them back together, and therefore the hole would not be fully round like how it is now. It would be a little oval shape, and the machine shop would run a ream through it and resizing it. But the problem with these engines, you can't do that, is because this whole plate here sits in between, and when you shave off the material in between, that takes away the overall width of this. So that means when it sits in here inside the case, it's going to be slightly smaller, leaving the tolerances too great, and will eventually cause the whole block to catastrophically fail. Let's move on the line. This is parts from one of the heads. I separate each head separately. This is the other head that needs to go to the machine shop because literally all the studs are snapped off the exhaust part of it. I tried, if you could see here, I welded ends to it. I did it to this one first, and it snapped off. And it leaves us to the crank. Crank literally snapped. You can't. It's snapped right off, clean, and surprisingly, the journals right next to it are perfect. This got grinded off because it just got some grooves in it because it was probably shaking like crazy in the block. But even the rod right next to it, like untouched, and moves nice and smooth with no excessive play. When I take them out, I believe the bearings are probably reusable, but we're gonna probably change them. I want to refresh this motor, give it a complete rebuild, so it's gonna have a new lease on life, and you know, no issues, no reason for it to wear. And the next part is I'm power washing the transmission. I started power washing it, and that's when the battery and the whole SD card failed. So we're gonna start doing a little bit more, but from the bottom. I mean, this only left is on the bottom. The top I already did. This is what the whole transmission looked like. You can see that grime and dirt, and that's all because the rear main seal gave way when the crank broke, and it was like that all throughout the whole way. But with degreaser, it comes out like that, like aluminum. We're going to use degreaser. It helps break it down. Spray it around. And this is the stuff I use, the degreaser from AutoZone, pretty cheap. Alright, got a little soaked. My shoes, everything. Got a little love juice on me. I'm gonna go change and I'll see you back. Alright, next thing we're going to do, actually before, this car got a GT3 on it. It's not a real GT3, it's a fake GT3. We're gonna call this the fake GT3 build. Anyways, so the next thing I'm gonna use is this 3M trim adhesive, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with it. Whoa. There's this insulation that normally comes out car this age. It doesn't stick to the body anymore, so I did cut a hole in between, in the middle, like here, and I'm going to spray it on the inside, on both the foam side and the body side. Let it set for just a few minutes, and then we're gonna push it back up, and we're gonna get this engine ready for power washing like we did the transmission. Look at all that dirt and gook. This motor mount's no good. Yeah, that one's good. And yeah, it's just really dirty in here. We're gonna spray it while it's up on the lift. We're gonna push it out, power wash the hell out of it, make it look fresh and new again. So for right now, let's start with this. Get it everywhere you can get it, wherever it can reach. Get it on both sides. Do the same thing on this side. Get a little in the middle, like it sticks itself later on. Now we let it set. Meanwhile, we could put these clips back in because I didn't really need to take them off. It's stuck up here still, so put these guys back. Now that we let it set for a few minutes, it's going to be super sticky. You're gonna just push it up, press it against the body. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Sticky, sticky. Sticky, sticky. And obviously it's a lot easier to do without the motor in here. Ooh, I think I'm gonna spray it around here. I didn't spray this. I'll pull this out. We'll do this area too. Why not? We're here. Let's have a party. Alright, now we spray the hell out of this thing with some degreaser. So if you like the content in this video, please like and subscribe. And if you don't, please like and subscribe and leave a comment, because I live off that shit. And just remember, if you ain't got haters, you ain't popping.